Okay, all right. I think the students who actually were serious in attending classes, they are there now. So let me finish it. Just a minute. Let me see how many of you are there. All right. So okay, now I just want to tell you that earlier, what was actually the uh, uh, that was uh, that was a loss, right now, and that was the profit. Let me again, after break even, profit starts, right? So that was the profit. Okay. Now, if business decides to increase the price level, so I told you what will happen. That now the slope of total revenue curve will change. So there will be actually a pivotal shift in total revenue like this. The slope will increase because now on each item sold, business is getting higher revenue. So we'll call it TR1, and now the new break even will be achieved earlier. Okay, this one, right? So one advantage, obviously, which is there, that is the break even will be achieved earlier, right? Earlier that was a break even, and now because of using that strategy, they are able to achieve break even there. And what is the advantage of achieving break even early? Advantage is that now they will be able to get profit early. Now their profit will start. Now, do you know what is their new loss area of loss and profit? You can easily see that. Now the new loss has actually gone down. Let me use a different color now, because this is our total revenue now. So this is the only loss area. So it means that the area of the loss has ceased just because the business has used a strategy. Okay, and now if I use now this would be the new area of profit. Let me use a different color, this one. And okay, now the brown area and the blue area, now both will be apart from the area which is outside that line, that won't be considered. Okay, let me use it the different color, this one. Okay, now this whole brown area will be the profit. Okay, and it has started earlier. Okay, it actually was starting uh, at 100, let's say earlier. Now the business is able to achieve it at 50 units. So it means that the impact on profit of a decision can easily be seen through a break-even chart. So it becomes easier now. Now we see that the area of profit is bigger, the area of loss has gone down, and the profits starts way earlier than the previous break-even level of output. So this is how you can do it. Similarly, this is one way. This is actually related the decision related with price. Okay. Now you can take a decision, a better decision, or reducing cost as well. Let me show it to you as well. Just a minute. और एक बंद कर दिया. Hello. जी. Okay, now let's say if a business uses a new machinery which actually has a lower operating cost or a lower running cost, let's say the variable cost is lower. So obviously, what will happen? It will have an impact on total cost, and total cost will actually it will increase, but it may increase at a lower pace. Okay, so an impact can be seen by drawing another line of total cost can be seen this way. Sorry, from there, like this. Total cost is still rising, but now total cost is rising slowly just because now they have used a different machinery which has a lower running cost. So variable cost goes down. So again, that is possible, and the impact on profit can easily be seen. Now again, if you see that now because of the new total cost curve, now the new break even is at this point. Let me use a different color because it's quite awkward to use this. Yeah, this one. Again, you can see that the break even has been achieved earlier because of using this policy as well, and the profit will start early as well. Earlier it was actually starting at 100 units, but now it can start early. Let's say this is the break even, so profit will start coming in to the business earlier, and let's say this is 80. So doesn't matter whether you take decision related to cost or you take decision related to revenue. The impact of it on the profit of the business can be seen using the break-even chart easily. So this is the point I was trying to make. Okay, now if you see this, uh, see the impact of price increase. We discussed it. Impact of purchase of new equipment with lower variable cost. Again, you can see that whether how much profit it will give it to the business, or how early the break even will be achieved. Because if break even will be achieved early, obviously profit will start early as well. Na? So the business will be getting more profit. Similarly, if I talk about choosing between two locations for a new factory, again, when you are planning to choose between two locations for a factory, again, you can use the break-even chart to see where break-even comes early. Like, let me give you an example. Like, for example, there is a business. Just a minute. For example, uh, let me use the paint. Yeah. Now, let's say there are two options, two locations there. Location A, and there is location B, right? And location A looks more profitable. Location A looks more profitable because break-even does not only tell about the profit. Location A looks more profitable. So generally, it looks that maybe the business should go for location A for that new factory. Okay, but when we look at the data provided by the break-even chart, we may have a different opinion. And what is that? That yes, it is more profitable, but what late break-even? That they will be able to achieve break-even way after a certain level, whereas location B might not be that much profitable at the moment. Okay, let me location B is less profitable. Okay, but early break even. Now, one way is so break even can be used in both ways. Like you can see the profit, okay, and then you can decide whether to go for location A or location B. Okay, you can by looking at the profit figure. Second is profit figure sometimes might not be that much important. Why? Because yes, it is more profitable, but profit will start coming. Let's say after 5 years. Okay, after 5 years, let's say, for example, because that much output is required. Let's say after 1 lakh units or 2 lakh units, you'll be able to achieve break even. So, and to produce 2 lakh units, you might require 2 to 3 years or maybe a year. So it will take time to start getting profit. And before that, business has to suffer without profit, has to survive there without profit as well. Okay, whereas in location B, although profit is lower, but profit starts early. Like let's say after soon after 300 units or 200 units, profit starts. So now it becomes easier to manage a business because now profit has started coming in, and it is easier to make the owners happy as well, because owners, that they want their the return on their investment as quickly as possible. So if you tell them that okay, yes, the business location is profitable and you will get profit, but at a later stage, so the owners might not be happy. Okay, and they might not like that idea of taking the decision of choosing location A. So this is how the break even chart can help business as well in choosing a better location for them as well. Okay, then we have talked about it, and that is actually the last slide, and the calculation part we'll do it in the next class, right? Let me finish this valuation of break even analysis. Now there are some problem is unrealistic assumption of cost and revenue being straight line. Actually, cost and revenue curves are never straight lines. We call them curves, but they are not curves. Okay, and while drawing break even chart, you know that we always draw straight lines. Okay, we draw straight lines. So actually they are not, practically they are not straight lines. They should not be. Actually, do you know let me explain you that, because it's not actually the topic under discussion in detail, because In economics, you might study that as well. In this is like this. Like this is total revenue. This is like this, and this could be your a total cost. So they are the curves like this. Okay, this is the total revenue. So these are the curves, and they are normally of the same shape. That is one of the problem, and we are not going to discuss that why the shape is so, because they won't ask you about that, because this is actually the topic which is discussed in detail in economics actually. But you need to understand that this is actually the real shape of total cost and revenue, and in this concept we actually draw straight lines only. That is one of the problems. Similarly, second assumption is difficult to classify some costs into fixed or variable, because we discussed it, because you know that because some costs are a mixture of fixed and variable costs, and it's difficult to make it separate. Okay, so then identify what is a fixed cost and what is a variable cost. Then it is practically unlikely that all units produced are sold every time. Yes, again there is an assumption in break-even chart or break-even analysis that whatever is produced is sold in the market, and that is wrong practically. Why? Because you know that it happens that when business starts producing, so they are able to sell some of the item, and some of the item they keep it as inventory. And all those students who study accounting, they know that inventory is actually a very common item which is actually shown in the statement of financial position of any business. Why? Because why it is a common item? Because all businesses, they have to keep an inventory. They cannot sell all of the items all of a sudden, so they have to wait for the customers to come, right? So some of the items they sell immediately, and some of the items they keep it as an inventory, right? But they assume in break-even analysis, they assume that whatever is produced in the market, produced by the business, it is sold in the market. That is wrong. This doesn't happen actually every time. So wrong assumption of fixed cost being unchanged. Yes, again that is one of the last thing which is there. Let me give you an example of it, and then I'll stop. Okay. Now they say the fixed cost is a cost which remains fixed now. Okay. All right. Let me just show to you. Yes, fixed cost is a cost which remains fixed, and it does not change with the change in the level of output. That's right. Let's say this is a fixed cost, fine, because it won't change with the change in the level of output. But let's say after some time period, the owner of the building increases the rent of the building. So we will see a jump in fixed cost. Again, it will straighten up. Again, after some time, again the fixed cost can change. So there will be a jump. Again, there will be it will straighten up. So this is how it can change, but this shows that it has nothing to do with the output. There are some other factors which are actually changing fixed cost as well, but they actually always show a straight line there, that there will be no change in fixed cost. Yes, there is a no change in the fixed cost with regard to output, but fixed cost can change in the longer run because of other factors as well, but that is not discussed in break-even analysis at all, right? So that is it, and we'll actually do the calculation part and the graphical part using the values in the next class, and then this chapter will be over as well. Thank you very much. Okay, if you have any question, I am there. You are most welcome. Otherwise, you can leave this class.
सर
जी, sure. जी हमजा.
सर आप शेयर कर सकते हैं इसकी रिकॉर्डिंग आज वाले लेक्चर की?
Um, okay, all right, all right. Okay,
तो ग्रुप
fine.
पे शेयर कर दें, क्योंकि मुझे थोड़ा सा लैग आया था बीच में, इस वजह से अटेंड नहीं कर पाया
Okay,
सही से।
all right, all right.
थैंक यू सर।
Okay.